Have scoured the web to bring you all the movie news. This is episode 100. 100 episodes of this shit.
We done 100 of these.
100.
You just cut out.
To put in all the episodes there.
Hmm.
How you guys going?
Yeah, good. Good. You just
Living big
froze.
time.
Yeah. You froze on screen, so all I'm seeing is like a nice big old smile there.
Jesus. Again.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's happening.
To the internet.
Alright, so kicking it off with all of our news there. So the first thing that I wanted to sort of talk about was the Tusk sequel that's in development. So Kevin Smith on his latest podcast said we're actually going ahead with a sequel. So the original Tusk started when he kind of went, you know what? I'm going to take a concept that anyone could do, anyone could come up with. And he kind of just laid out this plan and then said, well, I'm going to go to the studios and get it greenlit. The shit happened and he made Tusk, right? And it wasn't the biggest critical or commercial success, but he was able to do that roadshow shit that he does with it.
Yeah.
So
That's the
now,
best thing in the world.
yeah. So now it almost has like a cult following. I really enjoy the movie.
I love this movie.
Tusk
Like,
is
I absolutely love this movie. This is like one of my favorite Kevin Smith movies.
yeah. This is like one of the best that came out in, I think it was 2014 or 16 or something like that. It was either Red State or this that came out in 2014. But I remember watching it and just the places that it went to, the tone that it kind of had, it was fucking sick. But he's now going to show you, because at the end of that movie, Justin Long is in the walrus suit.
He's been sort of massacred into a walrus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Parks
Walrus.
basically like got his creation going. He Frankensteined him.
Does that movie start? Isn't there someone already a walrus in there?
No.
Like at the start, isn't someone already a walrus?
No, he
Or is
Michael
it
Parks.
planning?
Yeah, because
It's
Michael
the
Parks
planning.
recants the story of how he was saved by the walrus, and then he himself dresses up as a walrus,
That's what it is.
and
Yeah.
then he starts to change Justin Long into a walrus. Fucking
Yeah.
hell. So at the end of the first movie, Justin Long's in that zoo as this hybrid human walrus thing, right?
That weird shitty pool. That's
Yeah.
all I remember.
Well, Haley Joel Osment and Justin Long's girlfriend, and you find out they was like, fucking on the side.
Yeah.
They're there kind of watching him. But then Kevin Smith said the sequel will focus on what happens when you try to take the man out of the walrus. Which will be like an interesting sort of character study. But he said that Justin Long's character will now transform into Michael Park's character and try to create hybrid people in the next one, which is kind of freaky.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of The Fly.
They're already doing that shit over in China anyway.
But if he can stick that same sort of landing with the tone and the horror comedy balance that he had with the first movie, he can kill this shit, man.
That's the one thing that stands out to me about that movie is the balance. The balance is really, really good between horror and comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's clear when it's comedy. It's
Yes.
clear when it's horror.
Yeah.
It's not some goofy,
Hybrid.
campy shit that kind of happens.
Yeah,
You
I
get
don't- I
that
don't-
mishmash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it when it's like that.
Same.
Sometimes it
Kevin's.
Go on.
Sorry, no. I was going to say it's Kevin Smith, though. The man, like, clearly divides the lines. He's so passionate about the shit.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited, man. They don't tell you a release date or anything because it's Kevin Smith. Like he's still doing promo for Clerks 3. You could take Clerks 3 on the road for a year
I think
if
he
you wanted to.
is. I think the what was it? The Jay and Silent Bob reboot was damn near 6 months.
Yeah.
Remember? If we were in LA one day earlier, we could have gone to LA to see it with
Yeah.
them in the theater and gone to the Q&A.
Yeah. Which would
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So we also have so Toho Studios is teaming up with Netflix, and they're gonna do a new Japanese series called House of Ninjas. So this one's cool. So it's set in modern day Japan, and it's gonna follow the last like house of ninjas, the Tawara family. But how they're setting it up is that they were ninjas, but now they're not. They had abandoned their roots in the past because of conflict. And then from there, there's like this massive crisis that happens that actually threatens the whole nation. But there's also some family dramas that's woven into the story as well. So it sounds like there's going to be maybe a bit of usurping. Maybe they have to go back to their origins with being ninjas in the modern day and then try and fix everything from there. And then shit goes down. What do you call it? I read this and I was like, fuck, I hope it's just mad ninja assassin shit going on.
Yeah. Same.
That's what I fucking want, man. A lot of the people in here are very well-known Japanese TV series stars as well. One of them starred in Shin Godzilla, and then a lot of them were in a lot of like dramas and action TV series in Japan as well. Yeah,
I like that it's Japanese led.
yeah,
Like
100%.
there is a guy that's sort of directing it, but it's Japanese. It's based in Japan. It's not like that American Japanese. Yeah, where they cast American for Japanese,
I hate
fucking
that.
hell.
and then they do the accent,
Yeah.
and it's just
That's why I always get mad when I watch Iron Chef and it's Dacascos instead of the actual Iron Chef, and Dacascos is just hamming it up.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's just disgusting. Like, Mans is like bloody, what's his face? He's Hawaiian and Japanese, I think.
Is he or is he Filipino? Dacascos?
No, 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 no. He's Hawaiian and Japanese, I think. That's where he grew up. But yeah, it just sounds funny that he'd do that. He's an American. He should be speaking American.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was like cultural appropriation.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't understand it. Well, staying with Netflix. So, what was it? 2 years ago now? About that?
I think so.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe a year and a half. They released an anime for Yasuke. Right. So Yasuke is the black samurai, basically. So it's some guy that was fighting over in Japan, got stuck there. He became the first black samurai. So what they're doing now is the guy was actually voiced by Lakeith as well. So what they're doing is they're making a live action version of Yasuke. So Omar Sy, the pepper himself, is gonna play Yasuke. There's not much that we know about it. We do know that all of the fantasy elements and all that sort of stuff are being stripped out of the story. It's going to be a more grounded story, which is cool. It just sounds like Last Samurai to me, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it
like
does.
Cruise's Last Samurai. Yeah,
It's being based on a book as well. I didn't even know
Yeah.
that there was like a book coming out or out.
yeah.
Hmm.
Do you think Netflix
Yeah.
come up with the ideas themselves? Get out of here.
I'm the brains behind the organization.
Badly.
Yeah. It's fucking mad. The anime for this was fucking mad too. It's a cool like story that they put together there, and it's fucking hardcore as well. I hope they keep that for the live action.
So is Yasuke like? Is he a French
No.
African soldier? Is he
I
American?
thought he was an American soldier that got stuck there. It doesn't make sense if it's France.
What do you call it? Well, from what I remember, so he's like, yeah, he's African, and then he gets stuck there, and he becomes the right hand man for the daimyo at
Yeah.
that time.
So he's African. Like he's not
Yeah.
African American. He's like African.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Which is why it makes sense that Omar's there because the French.
Yeah. They speak French in Congo as well.
Yeah,
It's
but
like
it's
three languages.
it's Congolese French. It's different. Again,
But they can still like speak
yeah,
mainland French too.
yeah, they can understand it. That's why Francis Ngannou speaks the way that he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm excited for this. It's good to see Omar see not in Jurassic World territory.
You think he's gonna lose some weight? He looked a bit heavy there in Jurassic World.
He did. Has been eating well.
Yeah, this is that fucking French food.
Croissant.
Yeah,
Fucking Omar seafood diet champion.
badly. Too much butter for this champion.
All right, so we got our second big trailer for Black Adam. Um, and this one I actually didn't mind.
This one was so much better than that first trailer.
Yeah,
It wasn't just The Rock being tough all the time
yeah,
and quoting those bad one-liners.
yeah. This one actually showed you, hey, like I'm recruiting a team. Me, Dr. Fate, Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah,
I'm recruiting the team.
the bad
get-
guy, I think.
It looks like he's the bad guy, but this trailer then sort of made it look like, hey, I'm kind of the good guy.
Who's the bad guy in the movie then? One of them has to be the bad guy.
But then you see that demon fucker that looked like Wishmaster.
You're right. Keep that.
He looked like Wishmaster and Legend Tim Curry, like had a love
Had a
child or
baby.
something.
That devil design is the best devil design I've ever seen.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
believable too.
Yeah.
Tim Curry kills that shit as well.
Oh man.
100%. Also, just quickly there, Bobby, what do you call it? One of the boys here said shout out to the necklace hanging out in the background there.
Oh yeah, you know,
Yeah.
we're diverse in all aspects on this podcast, motherfuckers.
They call it a lay.
Nah, this one is a different.
And Adonis?
I don't actually know. Jules put this up. It's I haven't asked her yet what it's actually called.
Right.
Hmm.
Are you gonna put up like what's his face? Just a rugby ball next to it for South Africa?
Maybe I should. Maybe I should just like have like a piece of drywall just hanging on
It'll look like a piece of poo.
Boerewors in the background. That's what we want.
Just
You
have
should
a
have
bri-
like
just have
the-
a bri burning.
You should have the Springboks and the All Blacks jersey there.
Actually, we've only got that in like the kids onesies.
Mm-hmm.
I could dig it.
But yeah, who was that shouted that out?
That was Ham. Ham's one of the homies from Melbourne there.
Shout out to you, Ham. So it looks like in this trailer that Dr. Fate, yeah, he's recruited like all these guys, the Atom and all that, and then they're there to sort of try to get Black Adam on their side for the
Yeah.
JSA. Like you see, like the
That's what they call themselves, the Justice Society.
yeah. And like they kind of have like that jet. It looked like X-Men.
It
to
did.
me.
It did. It looked
Like,
very.
It looked like a fucking school there, and then the jet came out of the basketball court. You know,
Yeah.
like
It
X-Men.
really, yeah.
Like when they were designing it, the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I wanted to out of the man X-Men."
Yeah.
X-Men.
You know, the Blackbird from X-Men. X-Men, that's the one. X-Men. But it's like I love the fact that in this trailer we find out why he is so pissed off. You know what I mean? Like the fact, like in the last trailer, we didn't get any of this.
No.
It was just like someone got killed. We didn't know why. This one, they explain Black Adam's son sacrificed himself for him, and he is just going on a tear now to just kill everyone associated with that pharaoh. More than likely,
Yeah, I like that.
I do.
Yeah.
Like the vengeance story, like gets me. Give me more of that. And it looks like they've actually kept Black Adam.
Yeah, they've
Like they-
captured him
Yeah.
and kept him locked up, which is why we haven't seen him during the Superman and Justice League and all that sort of stuff. You
That's why
see,
they did it.
that's why they did that. Did you know there's a rumor floating around that Henry Cavill shot scenes for this movie 2 weeks from 2 weeks from finishing? Actually, Henry Cavill,
Don't you give me hope.
Mr. Zaslav. Zaslav needs
If
to be
Zaslav like actually got this motherfucker on board to be re-injected back into the DCEU, could be making moves earlier than expected.
yeah, which is why Black Adam hasn't been delayed. Yeah, he's got a plan.
Hopefully that plays out.
I am hoping. I'll stay until the end credits. See
Yeah.
what's going on there.
Same. I hope he's not in the main movie because I want it to be Black Adam's story. I want to see it like fleshed out, and not have Superman there as the deterrent to contain the fucking situation. That's when it's gonna get too fucked up for me.
Can you imagine? You know how they were keeping Black Adam in that thing? Can you imagine if it like pans over to another thing and they're holding Superman as well?
Oh shit!
And
They're gonna play
that
that
lab,
Matrix.
yeah, that lab is like fucking LexCorp or something like that, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
That
Star.
would be crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just writes itself.
No,
As
Cut
soon
the
as all
check.
the players are on board,
I know.
this game plays itself. Overall, I'm excited. That's coming out very soon. Like Black Adam
When does
drops
that come out?
October.
Is it? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. October 3rd or 23rd. One of them.
it's like 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
Very good.
We'll talk about it later. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. What fucked me up was that Black Panther is less than 2 months away.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Everything's so
does Black
soon.
Panther drop? November,
November 11th or 18th or something?
and then we have a month, and then Avatar and everything starts coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My man.
You know, Disney had to give themselves time to kind of spread it out, pause.
Of course. Of course.
But that's a good segue into the biggest event this weekend, which we actually like felt the repercussions on Disney Plus, D23 or Disney Plus Day. I don't know. They extended it to a weekend there. I mean,
Yeah.
so we got like brand new things from Disney, Pixar, and Disney's animation studios, Lucasfilm, Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So starting with Disney and Pixar and Disney Animation Studios. Fuck no. So we got our first looks at a full trailer for Hocus Pocus 2, which I didn't watch. Did you guys watch it?
No, I didn't watch
yeah.
it.
I haven't watched the original. How does this look? Does it look any different from the last trailer? Does it like? Do you want to watch it more?
I want to watch it, to be honest. Like,
You
what do
didn't
call it?
watch the original?
Never ever.
How come I watched
Really?
I don't know. I just never fucked with Hocus Pocus like that. I don't
You're
know.
right.
Bette Midler's not a big draw for me. The biggest draw for me is Kathy Najimy, to be honest.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Hocus Pocus is kind of fire there, dog. It's actually a really good movie. Yeah, it's a solid film.
You should
There's,
watch it.
there's some good shit in there.
Yeah,
Mm.
watch it with B. He'll enjoy that. Especially like, it's Halloween coming up, and it's like there's not too many kid friendly Halloween movies out. There's only so many times you can watch Mr. Boogedy.
Yeah, actually, Mr. Boogedy. Mr. Boogedy might get a play this Halloween.
It's on Disney, B.
I think the sequel's on there as well. Mr. Boogedy Rides Again or some shit.
Very good.
Disenchanted as well. I never watched the original,
Me neither.
Me neither.
so I didn't check this one out. Patrick Dempsey was there at D23 with white hair and shit. I don't know what he was playing at.
Is he just old?
I don't know. Logan Lerman's even got fucking grey hair now.
Right.
But it suits that motherfucker. You know, I looked at that and then I was like watching Hunters, and I was like, this is meant for something.
Logan
It
Lerman.
really is.
He was supposed to be Spider-Man.
Yeah. I kind of like Tom Holland, but like, this
Tom
one
Holland
needs
is
something
ultimately
else. what the trailer that I actually did watch was the Little Mermaid,
As did I.
because I don't know, like Under the Sea, not just the song, but the cinematography that's kind of going on and how it looks fucking crazy. Like, I kind
Yeah.
of wish we got a monster movie at this caliber.
It's just a bit funny because it looks so different to Aquaman, right? That's what I'm comparing it against.
Yeah,
And this looks better than Aquaman.
it does. It really does.
Like them conveying like them being in the water and everything. It just they move better. Yeah.
Yeah. I think with Aquaman, what really fucks me over is the hair, because the CG hair, it doesn't look right. It
No, it
actually
doesn't.
it looks out of place.
You can see it's CG. Yeah.
But in this, you got to see the like her do that song. I want to be
Yeah.
up there. And you kind of get to see her going through like the little tunnels and whatnot. And you get to see Flounder.
Yeah, you do. Sebastian is also supposed to be there,
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
he
he
is.
is not there.
Maybe like he's in the hair riding and you just didn't see him because it
Maybe.
looks quite dark. Like the actual trailer didn't look like a Disney.
It wasn't bright and shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked really dark. But they will have that in there when she's showing off like her shit that she has.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true actually.
Um
O's had just the maddest fucking laugh to myself just then when you were like, I want to be up there, because I just went straight to South Park.
Yeah, that's where I went. Straight away.
but we didn't get to see Ursula, who's going to be played by
Hmm.
Melissa McCarthy.
Right.
Should be good. And we didn't get to see Triton, who's going to be played by Javier
Oh
Bardem.
man,
So I'm looking forward to seeing him the most.
do you know how fucking furious that would be?
Like Pete. So those were the big trailers from these guys, from these studios, which is a pretty good showing. Like that's a lot of show. You know what I mean? We got some first looks and some big looks at this shit.
Yeah.
And Halle Bailey looks really, really good as Ariel.
See, I always like the casting
Yeah,
because like it makes no sense for there to be like, white people under the sea. There's no fucking sun. Like they wouldn't have any color in theory. If we wanted to be like, correct about it, they should be see-through.
yeah. It should just be
True.
jellyfish.
It should just be jellyfish. Straight up.
Fuck, that'd be a scary movie.
Can
That'd
you
be like
imagine?
that'd be like fucking what's his face, the Neil. Yeah, the one with the caves, and they go in. And
Yeah.
The Descent?
The Descent. That's what I wanted to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd be void of melanin. It'd be so weird. You'd be able to see all the organs and whatnot like working inside of them.
That'd kind of be cool.
Yeah.
But at the
That if
same
they did that
time,
as a mermaid movie.
yeah, at the same time, it would make the transformation that much more effective when she does become human.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Let me make this fucking movie.
There's a really good horror movie in there, but you need a lot of money for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why I was saying, like, I want to see a horror movie with that sort of lens on the underwater scenes. Like seeing that shipwreck underwater looked mad.
Yeah.
Like that looked really cool.
What do you call it?
Just before that scene, they're getting chased by sharks.
Oh, I just can't wait for that. I'll watch that one.
Yeah. It's like the bit in Aquaman when they dive into the water and they go into the trench.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That shit's scary as fuck.
Disney got the budget to make this underwater look fucking sick.
Yeah, they do.
Whereas Aquaman, I think they were going for a little bit. They wanted the shiny aesthetic.
You know the motherfuckers were selling it too. Underwater, but not under budget.
James Wan out the building. All right, so we got a little banner there for Mufasa, the Lion King. When does this come out? 2023 as well?
2024.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense because it's too much coming out 2023 for these guys.
Mm.
But yeah, so we got our first little banner there, a little you know,
Little logo,
little logo.
Yeah.
the official title.
Yeah. For what is supposedly going to be the godfather of what's his face? Disney requels.
Yep.
Yeah.
The one no one really asked for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just kind of went, everyone loves Mufasa the most. So we'll give him a whole movie on that, on his rise to power.
Mufasa's only great because he died.
Yeah. Yeah. Should have just
True.
left it at that.
Yeah. I don't need
Either
him.
die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Well, honestly, I think you're gonna like with this movie. They want you to question Mufasa a little bit because the whole story is that he came up with Scar, right? And Scar always says, "I was first in line," and then Mufasa came along, and Mufasa beat the fucking brakes off Scar. And I
Yeah.
think that's why he's got the Scar, right? And
True.
Scar was also supposed to be with Sarabi. So was Scar hitting it, and then Mufasa came along, beat him, killed the cubs, took over the pride. There's shit there that they won't show you.
That's
There's a
the way
deeper,
it's
darker.
supposed to be.
There's a deeper, darker in the Lion King.
If you are the beta lion, all you do is eat. That's all you can do. The alpha, the main of that pride, fucks everybody
Yeah,
and eats first.
yeah.
You get the leftovers. That's just how it is.
The O would be hungry after all that fucking. Like sometimes they fuck like 80 times.
Yeah.
I got energy like that.
Motherfucker's got
wives just
stamina, dog.
Yeah, the rest of the wives just have to sit there with blue balls.
I gotta serve with pride. That's part of their job.
Apparently, Simba, Timon, and Pumbaa are telling this story.
Okay.
So I don't know if that means we get Billy Eichner back, we get Seth Rogen, and we get Donald Glover back.
Maybe.
Yeah,
It's a nice little quick paycheck for them.
yeah.
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't
Narration job, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
It's not like they have to do the fucking mocap.
they? Yeah.
Yeah. For Destiny 2, Lance Reddick was recording in his closet.
We got our first looks at Elemental, which
Mhm.
will focus on the 4 signs: Earth, Air, Water, Fire. Won't be Captain Planet though, which is a shame. But it's going to show that sort of world. We got our
Wind, water.
the announcement of Elio.
Yeah.
We had a GM called Elio.
Yeah, we did. Elliot was cool.
And Elio is about this boy whose mom runs this top secret sort of experimentation facility. And then she's trying to call out aliens, right? But then the aliens come down and they take her son, Elio.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they think he's an ambassador for Earth.
Yeah.
And then he gets into all sorts of hijinks out there in the outer
It's
worlds.
It's like the United Nations aliens or some shit that he has to speak for.
Yeah, basically.
Unreal.
I'd rather have a child in that situation.
Same.
Yeah.
Someone that's not,
Jaded.
jaded and taught to hate and everything is just okay. Yeah, this is what human beings are. We play and we eat dinner and you read us books and we go to sleep. Like, you're like, all right, cool. That's what you guys.
You know what? Do you? That's your life. We got Iwaju as well, which is the first time where Pixar in 100 years has signed up with another external studio as well.
Didn't they do what they do with Marvel not too long ago with what's his face? Big Hero 6.
Oh, yeah.
I think
That was
I
on.
think they're actually taking like a property designed from an
By
external.
someone else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
All right.
but this is based in Largo. Is that right?
Lagos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's all about this princess who meets up with this little boy who's like fucking run of the mill, like very poor, things like that, and they go on an adventure together. And it's meant to show the beauty of Largo with them having an adventure going through it, which sounds fucking crazy.
yeah. It's
Lagos is
cool.
beautiful though.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, it is. Like you
Hundred
see
percent.
just like a little bit of it in Civil War,
Mm.
but you don't see the
Mm,
beauty of it. Like this is a place that has land, islands, sea. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like there's a
Everything.
coastal, there's a mainland.
Beautiful.
Um, but it's also going to have an Afro Futuro sort of lens to it
Mm.
because it's
mm.
set in the future. So I'm thinking like Wakanda, Black Panther
Mm.
sort of vibe to it, which is cool. I like this.
Yeah.
Wish and Inside Out 2 was also announced. So what was Wish?
Wish is the origins of the wishing star.
Yeah.
So how the wishing star came to be, and it'll follow this female character, Asha, voiced by Ariana DeBose,
Hmm.
Academy Award winner Ariana DeBose. Yeah, who we've seen in Westworld and West Side Story.
Mm.
um, and it will kind of show her journey, kind of going through, and people just I think going through shit and wishing that there was a better way that they could live, and then the wishing star comes to be.
So the whole when you wish upon a star,
Yeah,
they sing it
yeah,
about the wishing star?
yeah.
Righto.
That's the one.
Yeah. And this is supposed to be like a whole brand new property and everything under the Disney banner. And
Yeah.
it's still meant to follow the same like songs and everything like that, with brand new like songs to be included.
Hmm.
And Inside Out 2, the only thing I know about this is that Amy Poehler is back.
Mm-hmm.
But supposedly they're going to switch up that main cast.
Yeah.
So maybe we're going to see a different group of emotions then compared to what we saw in the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not sort of saying that they're not going to be there. It's just going to focus on a different group of emotions.
I kind of feel like they're all going to come out by the end of this movie because it's going to focus on Riley as a teenager
Yeah.
Yeah.
and going what I would assume through puberty and
Yeah.
and that kind of shit, which
Mm.
would require even more emotions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was all the animation studios that we had. Next up is Lucasfilm. So there was a very quick trailer shown for Indy 5, which was an absolute fucking crowd pleaser. Unfortunately, we didn't see it. But this showed Indy at a ticket take parade in New York, running through the subways on a horse. Like there's a mad chase. There's a mad chase through the streets. There's Indy whipping people to get out of a situation. They all got guns, by the way, but Indy was like just fending them off with whips. Pause.
You're right.
And we get to see Mads Mikkelsen, who is in his full Nazi regalia and uniform and whatnot. They did show D.H. Harrison Ford on this too, which is crazy. And we got to see Phoebe Waller-Bridge. People love this shit. They said the feel was there. The indie feel was there.
Hopefully it feels like Last Crusade. It sounds like
Yeah.
Last Crusade.
It does. It sounds like there's ties to Last Crusade as well. I'm there for it, man.
Of course, it's indie. We saw the last one.
Can't
I've
be
been
any
feeling
worse
like,
than that.
yeah, I've been feeling like watching that last one again anyway.
It's always the shit ones that you're drawn to.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. Looking at you, Rise of Skywalker.
Oh,
Speaking of Star Wars, we got our final trailer for Andor, which I didn't watch because we're so close to actually seeing the fucking thing. The first 3-episode premiere.
2 weeks, man. 21st.
And I didn't fuck around with that. But first big look at Willow, and this shit looked great.
It looks fire.
yeah.
This movie. Is this show?
So,
Show, yeah.
Yeah. It looks really, really big, this show.
Yeah.
yeah.
It seems kind of weird that like there was a point where they didn't greenlight the show, but Ron Howard was out there taking location shots
Yeah.
and doing all the groundwork for them so that they could present the shit. And it looks like it paid off. It looks like there's real locations here,
Yeah.
much like
Yeah.
Andor kind of has that kind of vibe.
Yeah. They're not
A lot of the
resting on
players are back.
they're not resting on the volume for this one.
Nah, not at all. They might for like some of the water scenes and whatnot, but there looks like some big fucking sequences in this one.
I was gonna say, do you reckon Ron Howard was taking them shots because they were like, "Ron, well, pause." But it was like, "Ron, we're not making this show. You can just like quit it now." And Ron was like, "It's okay." Takes the shots anyway, and then still bills them for it.
You fucking should have.
Yeah.
My asking fee is
Okay.
$50 million, mate.
I want a month's worth of subscriptions. That's what you're paying me.
You'll give me 50 million, and Bryce Dallas gets to make 3 films under the Disney.
It looks really good. We get to see Joanne Wally again, who's aged quite well, I must say.
Yeah.
Still looking quite good. Tony Revolori, everyone kind of gets their little spot there.
Yeah,
which is good.
Didn't see what's his face, though.
What?
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
And this show, they said, won't have him in there. But the character of Mad Mardigan will have a big presence in the show.
they're fucking lying.
If Val shows up, I lose my shit.
He's gonna show up. Watch him show up.
Admittedly, I'm also due for another Willow rewatch,
Same.
Yeah.
which I might throw that on today.
Yeah.
So, apparently out of all video game adaptations of films, Willow is still the highest regarded fucking movie to game fucking game.
Yeah, how fire that game is.
That's what I've been hearing. I watched the man speedrun it, some dude, and it looked fucking excellent.
Yeah. It's fire.
Side scroller,
Very Zelda-esque. Like top-down Zelda feel.
Yeah, it's like Zelda.
champion. Look at you trying to change this into the video game podcast. 100 episodes deep.
Keep your secrets.
We got the trailer for Tales of the Jedi as well, which looks like... This one looks like a fucking banger. So this is still fucking back in like that just before episode 2 times, it seems like. So fucking Anakin's still training Ahsoka. Dooku's still part of the council as a good guy. Fucking and Yoda has hair.
Damn.
This episode
Yeah.
between episode 2 and 3.
Nah, because
No.
Dooku was on the council.
This is between like 1 and 2, which is kind of weird. Or it might be jumping, if I'm being
How the
honest.
fuck does yeah, because it doesn't make sense then. Because what's his face is training Ahsoka. You need to be a Jedi Master to actually train
So
or complete the Jedi trials.
So maybe they're jumping between times because Anakin's pushing Ahsoka through her Jedi training or Padawan training, but then we still get scenes of like Dooku saying he wants to bring peace to the galaxy and shit like that, and he's still got the blue lightsaber instead of the red. We see Mace Windu. We see a whole bunch of fighting with them as well, with the Separatists and all that.
Is this not anthological? I thought it was an
Not too-
anthological series where it
Might
jumped
be.
around.
Might
But-
be, yeah.
Could like legit be Tales of the Jedi, but like them showing like different points, like Dooku actually getting seduced by the dark side.
Just individual
Yeah.
points, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Animatrix type thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. It looked like the Clone Wars type CGI though.
Yeah. This looks fucking excellent. Like, this is behind fucking Clone Wars as well as the Bad Batch. Same creators, so I don't see anything bad coming from this. Apparently, Bad Batch is fucking fire too.
Yeah, I heard that as well. I heard that too.
I heard this too.
Not enough time in the world.
Nah. Not like that. And the last thing for Lucasfilm that we got was the that Mandalorian trailer, man.
Mate.
Fuck, you know.
This does look really good. The like it looked like they upped their camera game as well.
I think they're not shooting in the volume all that
It
much
looked
in
like
this
that.
one.
It did look like that. It was almost like
Yeah.
Gilroy was like, "Fuck your volume,"
Mm.
and then Favreau was like, "Yeah, yeah."
Tell him, Tony. But yeah, so we get to see it's all a voiceover from what's her name? The
Sackhoff?
weapon maker.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's all a voiceover by the weapon maker, right? And she's saying that he is to take care of Grogu,
Mm.
but he actually took his mask off,
Mm.
took his helmet off, so he's no longer a Mandalorian. So he has to travel now to Mandalore
Yeah.
to become another Mandalorian. This is so interesting because we actually get to see Mandalore this time.
Is what I wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
looks
it
like-
looks fucked up.
Yeah.
Mandalore looks proper fucked.
bombed up and depleted.
And
They
it
had
looks,
the war there, right? So it
And
would
they-
be like that.
yeah, and the Empire glassed the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to see Katie Sackhoff's character on the throne. Looks like she's challenging Mando a little bit there because she wants that dark saber.
She does not deserve that throne. I don't care if he's what's his face was the king of Mandalore before. Boz Scaggs, what's his name?
Sabine Wren.
Yeah. Yeah.
Buzz Scaggs is the king of Mandalore is going to be the title for the
Yeah.
Fucking dancing for everyone and singing.
Yeah. He was obviously the king and he wasn't a Mandalorian. So that makes no sense. She needs to get the fuck out that throne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New York
True.
City's one bad guy.
I love that the weapon maker's like, you will build your clan, a clan of two.
Mm.
No doubt Bob is going to show up.
Yeah.
I have a
100%.
feeling he will show up as well.
And does this mean do we get Luke now?
Yeah. I don't know, but I hope they kind of stay away from it.
Hmm.
I hope Luke's had his time in the sun, and then maybe he shows up in Ahsoka's story.
I'd prefer that, to be honest.
Like
Yeah.
I don't think he should be like Jedi and Mandalorian should just be separated. Not because I like segregation, but because like when the Jedi come into it, the Mandalores ain't really shit.
Yeah, it's true.
No, like they're just you really just want to see the Jedi. But if you
They were built to fight the Jedi, though.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
Mandalorians.
the Beskar actually
That's
flex that
why.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the backstory.
Which would have been fucking mad if they showed that too.
Yeah. Oh, before I fucking forget, I just remember now Tales of the Jedi with the Dooku shit. It's when Qui-Gon is still his Padawan as well. So you see Qui-Gon in there.
That's my guy.
Fire shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it from Lucasfilm. Moving into Marvel, so shown at D23 but not released, unfortunately. There was an Ironheart trailer which showed Anthony Ramos confirmed to be the Hood. We're the Hood, we're the Hood. And there was the Marvels footage. So I didn't know this about the Marvels, but in the show they will all switch.
Yeah,
Mm.
Sorry, in the movie they will all switch between each
they're
other.
constantly switching.
So there's almost a glitch in the power that kind of binds them.
Yeah. So people were talking about that when the stinger came out for what's his face.
Yeah.
For Miss Marvel. Yeah. And they were saying it does sort of happen, I think, once in the comics where they do like they just switch between bodies constantly like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
the reception was apparently very well. Like it was really well received by the crowd. So
Mm.
I'm
But
guessing Nia just brought something. Maybe there's a look there, an attitude that isn't so, I don't know, standoffish.
no, that Iman Valizi or whatever. What's her name?
Milani.
Yeah,
Iman Vellani? Yeah.
Yeah, just ultimately makes that movie more likable.
Hmm.
Whereas if it was just Captain Marvel, like people would be like, "No, I don't want to fucking watch that movie."
But seeing Captain Marvel in that stinger for Miss Marvel,
Hmm.
it did a lot. Like it loosened her up, pause.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she's not as tight and kind of like hard ass. Like there's nuance to the character where it feels like she's actually human.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that was
True.
off like 25 seconds.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we also got them trailers for Werewolf by Night
Hmm.
and Secret Invasion. Werewolf by Night, my god. I wasn't expecting the fucking violence in this trailer, eh?
Yeah.
This looked fucking mad though.
I
Yeah.
just hope it's like because it's shot like full grindhouse style with the cigarette burns and everything, and I'm just hoping it stays like that throughout the whole special. Like I hope they
Yeah.
don't colorize this bitch.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
There was a release date for Werewolf by Night as well, eh?
Huh?
November?
November, yeah. Yeah. So this one opens and they're having this meeting. It looks like, a meeting of all the different sort of hunters, right? It's a
Yeah.
Wonder
Yep.
Blade wasn't there.
Mm.
And that we saw. Um and it looks like they're trying to obviously search for something. They're hunting something.
Maybe the
Um
Bloodstone?
the bloodstone, yeah. And basically they find out that one of their hunters is a werewolf. And then shit just goes down from there. It looks like a proper horror movie.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does. I like the tone.
Hmm.
I thought it was Blade in that scene. You see someone ashing like
Yeah,
that, and I thought it was him, but it wasn't. It was just some other O
yeah.
behind him.
But if they're
Yeah.
showing Ash, maybe he
Could be
did the shooting. Pause.
What do you call it? October 7th.
Ooh yeah, that's right in
Yeah.
time for Halloween. That's soon. That's around the corner
Three,
too.
4 weeks from now. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's that same week as Black Adam, then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how Disney like just puts the little short stuff in
Just
there.
just that little jab.
They'll-
You can go watch Black Adam at the cinemas, but you're staying inside for this fucking one.
Michael Giacchino looks like he's doing some real shit in this one. I like
Yeah.
it. Secret Invasion as well. Secret Invasion. This one looks classy. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because of the talent on screen that we kind of like we get something that looks a little closer to the films. It looks a little steadier. It looks very engrossing.
Sam Jackson, man.
Yeah, I think
That's what it is.
I think it's that just elevates it.
Yeah.
But we also get to see Ben Mendelsohn, Olivia Colman, Amelia Clark's in this one,
Yep.
Colby Smulders. Like it feels old Marvel.
What's his name? Uh, the Hobbit, Bilbo,
Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman.
Yeah, his character's in here as Agent Man. I don't know what his name is, but
Yeah.
he's in there. Um, but yeah, and Ben Nadir King, I think his name is, or Ben King Nadir, the guy from One Night
Hmm.
in Miami who played
Yep.
Malcolm X.
Hmm.
He's in here as well. I love that guy.
So obviously Martin Freeman makes it out alive of what's his face, huh? Wakanda forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, wait. Yes, he
Yeah.
would have, because this is
Yeah.
like only dropping next year.
That's right.
Kind of, yeah. Spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers. Spoilers. Yeah.
But it looks really cool. You see legit the secret invasion kind of happening, led by that Ben Nadir.
So the scrolls are they fighting against scrolls? Are they fighting like what's happening? Is this section is a sect of scrolls that's trying to
Could be.
take over, or because it looks like you have good scrolls and you have bad scrolls.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was so cool though, when like he grabs dude by the throat
Mm.
and then he looks and all of them have changed.
Yeah.
That's
And
so cool, man.
that's like Talos. I don't know if he gets turned because you do see him later on, and he looks like he's like juiced up with something.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're turning him into Super Scroll.
Super Scroll to fight the Hulk
Like,
or even She-Hulk. One of the two.
yeah. I mean, someone's gonna show up for sure.
Mm.
Abomination even. And then leading straight out of there, it was confirmed that Armor Wars is still happening.
Mm,
What happened? Like this just disappeared. This.
Yeah. They didn't
yeah.
say anything for a really long time, and they dropped it off their release schedules too.
Yeah.
Um, but Armor Wars will take place after Secret Invasion.
Hmm. Okay.
And you did see Rhodey as well in that Secret Invasion trailer.
Yeah. That's
So
what I was gonna say. And he's more of like the he seems like he's the Thunderbolt Ross now.
yeah, which is cool. I like
Which is-
that as a
yeah.
role for Rhodes.
Yeah.
And it looks like they've infiltrated like his operation too,
Hmm.
which will be cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Shackman is also confirmed, finally confirmed as the Fantastic Four director.
Hmm.
This is the mad picture that Matt Shackman took with someone there, basically showing off to Paramount. This is my new work.
What happens when you actually have like your production in order?
Yeah,
You can't just hire these people and say, "Yeah, we'll make the movie," and then say, "No, we're not doing this, and we're not doing this, and we don't even know when this movie's coming out." Like,
yeah, delayed,
yeah,
delayed.
like, do you have a date? No. Can I get out of my contract? No. What do you think is gonna happen, man? All right, so Kihui Kwan,
Yeah,
also known as Shorty, to everybody else in the rest of the world, he's been confirmed to join Loki season 2. Now we don't know who he's going to play. I'm guessing that Loki season 2 is still going to deal with Kang and what happens after Quantum Mania as well.
yep.
Yeah.
Apparently, he
yeah.
will be in the TVA, which is cool.
So they still have a TVA then.
Yeah, I think the TVA will also be because when Loki gets transitioned into that other timeline, the TVA is still there. It's just led by Kang,
Yeah, yeah.
which is wild.
Yeah. So we get the word now. Vincent D'Onofrio is in Echo as well, and Mans will be sporting the eye mask, the eye patch, after his unfortunate incident in Hawkeye as well.
Yep.
So this will be passing on after that. So
Very good. Staying in that whole Wilson Fisk area. So we got news that Daredevil Born Again is going to start shooting in 2023.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So big news. We didn't hear anything really about Captain America: New World Order. It came out at D23 with a brand new logo, which was basically the old logo, but it added Wilson's wings on the side there,
Very good.
which makes it very much his kind of banner and movie, which is cool. But it's now been confirmed that Tim Blake Nelson, who we seen in the Incredible Hulk, will return as the leader. So they set that up in the Incredible Hulk. I'm pretty sure they will fill in what he's been up to. Maybe
Fuck.
they had him in a glass case for 10 years as well. He should be big brain and really kind of sort of making moves in this. He's supposed to be the Hulk's big bad. I remember playing that Hulk game, and he was the big bad.
Yeah,
So,
I like that. I like that because he's a smarter villain compared to Sam's like fly in, break it,
yeah,
let's go, right? And Bucky, really.
yeah. I don't know if they'll almost set it up for a She-Hulk inclusion in this movie and cameo or some sort of part, because Tim Roth as the Abomination is in here as well,
Mm-hmm.
which the leader could be recruiting. So then
be.
there has to be some sort of Hulk inclusion in there, I'm pretty sure. Sebastian Stan hasn't been confirmed to play in this one, but you'll probably see why after. And Shira Haas is going to play the Middle Eastern superhero Sabra.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Sabra. I don't know if that's a made up character.
Maybe. Zabra is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I
Yeah. For everyone that doesn't speak Arabic, Zabra means dick. So, yeah.
Carl Umbley is in there as well. He's returning. He was playing Isaiah Bradley in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I like it. And Danny Ramirez, who we've
Yeah.
seen in Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, we did. So that guy is supposed to become the new Falcon. You know that, yeah?
In the comics.
In the comics, he becomes the new
Oh,
Falcon.
really?
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Because
Shit.
Falcon obviously becomes Captain America. He doesn't need the fucking wings anymore because he actually gets a super soldier serum. That guy takes over as Falcon.
That'd be really cool to see at the end of this movie.
I don't know why he's still got the wings though.
That's just his flavor.
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true.
He doesn't have any other superpowers. Can you imagine this guy trying to run after US agent?
Yeah, that's true.
Blow him away if you had to.
Pretty cool. That Sabra chick, she's a mutant. So her ability is that she can enhance all of her her standard traits. So she's really fast, she's really strong. She can take damage up to the impact of a high impact sniper rifle and shit like that.
So can
So,
she
yeah.
disperse the energy afterwards, or she's just a bullet sponge?
She's just a bullet sponge. From what it says here, her mutant powers enhanced all of her body's physical abilities, so strength, speed, agility, reflexes, endurance, and stamina to superhuman levels. So it could just be if they don't say she's a mutant, it might be super soldier serum or something like that.
Oh no, they'll call her a mutant.
Yeah.
From what we're seeing, they'll definitely call her a mutant.
It's the breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
It's the breadcrumb character.
Mm.
I'm excited for it, man.
Same.
Yeah, definitely. So Feige also announced the roster for Thunderbolts too.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so we got Yelena or Florence Pugh, the Winter Soldier's coming through, fucking David Harbour's reprising his role as the Red Guardian. We got Hannah John Carmen as Ghost, Taskmaster's back as well, and as well as that, Wyatt Russell as U.S. agent. But then to set up their own Nick Fury-esque, we've got Julia Louis-Dreyfus coming back. She's returning as Val to manage the whole team.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And it looks like she's also there because William Hurt no longer
Yeah.
with us. Yeah. I like that. Like this lineup, it feels very Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Like the powers and sort of the skill sets
Yeah.
feel it feels military, but then you get Ghost, which is cool.
It's just weird for me that she wouldn't try and get Abomination.
Not yet.
Can you imagine the Thunderbolts versus Avengers movie?
That'd be
And they have Abomination on their side and Hulk on the other.
that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be dope.
Well, we're gonna see that anyway with that whatever war it is,
Secret Wars,
Secret Wars. Yeah.
mate.
Yeah.
Ed Norton back for Secret Wars?
Could possibly.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Apparently, Tobey Maguire's been confirmed for Secret Wars. No sources though. That could just be bullshit.
Yeah. And that's,
That's
it.
it.
That's our coverage for D23.
Yeah.
No sources.
Back to formula.
Yeah.
So, some quick thoughts there. So, Pinocchio dropped as part of Disney Plus Day on Friday. I watched it. Do you guys watch it?
Nah.
Nah.
It's
It
not for
was. It was a good presentation. It takes really long to kind of get started. I've never liked the Pinocchio story, and I don't think I'm starting here. Just the story itself, to me, I just can never get into. Um,
Pinocchio probably works better as a book than it does a film or anime.
I think so.
Mm,
It just, yeah, I just didn't like the feel of it.
mm,
It's a cautionary tale based on, like, one's conscience.
mm. You froze.
that that doesn't stick the landing at the end. And the reason is they choose not to show what really happens to Pinocchio afterwards. So the story basically is Pinocchio goes through the trials and everything and then becomes a real boy, right?
Yeah.
At the end of this movie, they say it doesn't matter if he becomes a real boy. What matters is that he followed his conscience and he
Righto.
yeah.
We just
So
got woke in Disney, huh?
yeah,
Righto.
which
Okay.
fucking it really really hurts. It hurts the story because it's so vague, right? And I know sexuality is a big conversation that the world has. You see it constantly on Twitter. You see it constantly, like, all over social media and articles, and everyone's fucking talking about it.
Mm.
I don't think that this was the stand that Disney needed to take. I almost don't think that the LGBTQIA plus community was going to come after Disney for saying Pinocchio.
Based on source material.
Yeah.
It's not like someone made that story up.
Mm. And, like, I'm not gonna die on the Pinocchio hill. I just thought at the end there, it was like, well, you're really just trying to get yourself out of the firing line. That is it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think anyone was going to come after them for fucking Pinocchio.
Fucking protect myself at all costs.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So thank you, but no thank you.
Hmm. So we got episode 5 and 6 of Mike. Did we all watch?
Yeah.
I am well and truly up to date with the old Mike
Old
Mikesaurus there.
Michael.
John Travolta comes out.
All right, so episode 5 dealt with the whole essay of Desiree
Washington.
Yeah. It was a bit weird because it sort of literally just took her side of the story.
Mm-hmm.
There
Yeah.
was no her side and his side for this, like there is throughout the whole fucking show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they basically took whatever she said as gospel and painted Mike out to be a fucking animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a couple of thoughts. Why
Yeah.
did she take her pad off if she knew that, like, if she didn't want to have sex?
I know,
You know what
she
I mean?
she just took that layer off.
That's what I thought as well. But you
Yeah.
see her reach down and then pull the whole thing off and then throw it in the bin.
I thought it was just that layer.
It's the layer at first,
Oh.
and then it's the whole thing.
But then I also thought about, like, like they would have found, nobody talks about that evidence being found in the hotel
Of
of Tyson, because she left it in the bin there
yeah,
in the hotel. Yeah.
yeah. I don't. Yeah, they don't talk about it.
Yeah.
They don't show the rape as well. It is
Yeah.
all coming from her perspective too. I honestly think that, again, it's a filmmaker that didn't want to take us aside,
Yeah.
and it really sort of, at this point, you kind of like, do I actually like this character, this
Yeah.
Mike Tyson? And it kept it very vague during this. What kind of stood out to me, though, was that after the trial and the sentencing and Mike going away to jail, Desiree Washington didn't take any payments, didn't do any interviews, stayed out of the public eye. Like, she didn't benefit off the fame, which kind of it lent to the story that she was kind of telling.
Yep.
That's the only thing. Chances are Mike could have done it. I'm not going to sit here and say whether he did or didn't do it, though. But what was presented lent very much to him doing it.
Yeah.
Whereas in his autobiography and his statement to the judge, he didn't do it at all. The only thing was, there's no evidence to suggest the contrary.
Mm-hmm. It's that trial was a he said, she said, right?
That's right. In Mike's defense, and he said this himself, I was tried, in the state of Oklahoma, one of the biggest hubs of KKK sort of activity, but also there was only one black woman on that jury.
Oh, wow.
So in terms of people trying to sort of see it from his perspective, like, that woman might have been black, right? But at that time, 92, 91, she probably wouldn't have had a voice in that jury.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, she would have been conflicted as well, because coming from one black woman to another, like, she would have, like, really kind of empathized with Desiree in that trial. Yeah, it was a tough episode to watch.
Yep.
Because you also seen Minister Farrakhan.
Yeah, that was really hard, that one.
And he was going ham. Like he was talking, and we've seen it recently as well, probably in the last like 10 to 15 years, of Islamic leaders also saying the same thing, where if women dress a certain way, like men will gravitate towards that. So where then does the responsibility lie? You know what I mean? And I don't agree with that statement at all.
No.
Like, men don't act like animals most of the time. You know what I mean?
99.99% of the time, we're not fucking animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though they'd like to paint us out to be fucking animals.
Yeah, I think that's the narrative.
Yeah.
That's the narrative.
Yeah.
Episode 6, though, turned this shit into what was Mike's hustle in prison, which I don't know if is 100% accurate.
I doubt it.
Or if it was just exaggerated for the episode.
Yeah.
But it leads him to kind of get like he can survive anywhere in any temperature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it also leads him to his Muslim faith by the end of it. And he's really conflicted because that episode 6 ends at a point where he gets out of prison.
Yeah.
What sort of person is he going to be? Because he loves the structure of prison. Like, he even says it in the episode. I would do shit just to kind of get my sentence extended.
Yeah.
But he never got that extension.
They just keep taking time off
Yeah, for good behavior.
for good behavior.
It's weird that this hustle got him good behavior.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's all Don King and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, all the background. Yeah. It's wild.
I was scared for him getting out of prison.
As was I.
Because there's more shit to come. There's a lot more. I really want to read this guy's book.
This is the coming now is the Tyson that people were scared of. Now.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the Dredrick Tatum Tyson.
Yeah.
This is the crazy like
Perceived crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the overly aggressive eat your children Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna eat your heart.
Yeah.
Oh, praise
Fuck yeah.
Fuck, I get goosebumps when I think about that.
I know.
Such a
Fuck.
machine.
He killed that. Like that
Yeah.
sold it for me.
Yeah.
That he could do it.
Mm.
What do you think there, Bado?
I fucking loved it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Episode 5, same thoughts. Episode 6, fucking hell. Like, I was hoping when it went to black, I was like, please let there be an next scene. Because I just wanted it to be the fight.
Yeah.
Because I always remember the start of that first fight when he came back and that dude's fucking swinging from him and he's just watching him. You see his eyes just fucking moving, following this guy.
Yeah.
Fucks him up too.
Hopefully we get to see that shit next week because he fought 5
Should.
months out of getting out of prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 months. Fuck. We got episode 3 of C as well. Which did you watch it? Yeah. There's a lot of setup still. I feel like they've taken 2 episodes to kind of set up what Bubba Voss is going to do.
2 episodes.
Yeah.
They need to move faster with this shit.
Yeah, it's the final season. Why waste these fucking episodes? You find out that Kofun, the fucking dumbass that he is, actually hid Sibith because the Travantians are there to take Sibith away to face trial for what she did, right? For starting the war. Kofun hid Sibith before they could take her. And now, like, at the end of it, Sibith got away after finding out that her baby isn't sighted, stabs Kofun. Kofun's, like, duffed out. Bubba Voss basically fucking nails this chick to the wall with his sword. Which
Jesus.
is, like, the coolest shit that you've seen in a while, because you actually get to see his aggression. Like, this is what he's been holding back for, I reckon, 2 seasons. So far.
Yeah.
And it sets up that they're actually going to go into Travantes. Bubba's accepted that his kids aren't kids anymore. And shit's going to happen. So Kofun and Haniwa are also going to go with him. They're going to sneak into Travantes and disassemble their whole their bomb-making plant. So shit's going to go down. So I've been looking forward to this episode for like a season and a half now. I want to see some shit happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've been dragging their fucking feet. She-Hulk as well dropped. Episode 4 was basically dealing with an ex-member of the Mystic Arts.
Yeah.
Donnie Blaze. Not to be confused with Johnny Blaze. We also got the introduction of Madison, which people are going fucking wild for. Spelt with a Y, but, you know.
Not the way that you thought that you think.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is her catchphrase. It really is that Brooklyn Nine-Nine kind of flavor. It dealt with Donnie opening a fucking portal, Wong getting involved. The Sopranos were also wrapped around this episode heavily.
Yeah.
Because Wong fucks with the Sopranos.
I love seeing Wong dance like that at the start.
And yeah, Jennifer's also trying to date. Like she's trying to get a love life kind of going, which as Jennifer Walters, she gets fuck all. So no one's really going for her, but as She-Hulk, you get the guys that are just trying to
smash.
Yeah, just trying to smash. I don't know. That guy last episode asked a question. He was like, "Smash or pass?" I think that's smash. I think She-Hulk is giving me fetishes I didn't know about.
Jesus.
Not She-Hulk. Yeah, why not?
Probably be about your height.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically the episode ended with her finding out the hard truth that there are going to be, even though people say, "Hey, like I want to get to know you," they only want to get to know She-Hulk. They don't want to get to know Jen.
Yep.
And that's kind of the hard truth of the situation. is that she's a personality out there, and people just want to do it for the sake of saying that they did it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you brag about smashing She-Hulk though?
yeah, I know, but I'd want to cuff it as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Ain't nobody mugging me.
I feel like at one point, like if you say like I smash She-Hulk, like people would like know you're blatantly lying because She-Hulk smashes you, dog.
Please.
Like
Did carry
if
that
you're
over
in
the room.
yeah, if you're in Mish position with her, you are getting your back broken.
Jesus. Mish position. um,
She already
and
showed
ring.
us how flexible she is.
Did she?
Yeah, when she's doing yoga.
Mate.
Yeah, you know what's going down.
And then Rings of Power episode 3,
Fire.
which, yeah, I'm in. The rule
Fire.
of 3,
Bit ridiculous, but fire.
yeah. I mean, I could. It was only that elf fighting. That was the only time that I was
Yeah.
kind of like, yeah, I'm not really feeling this bit, but like there was a lot there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was. I loved the throwbacks to Lord of the Rings itself. Isildur
Mm.
and creating that like seeing him as a boy or as a man now trying to sort of follow in his father's footsteps and stuff.
Nearly a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in the Navy for no Normandy? Is it? Numenor.
Numenor. Yeah.
Numenor. Which is a wild kingdom. Fuck, I hated that queen.
Oh man, that queen gotta go.
Who's just upholding these old laws of segregating elves and withholding them from the lands and not allowing free travel.
Mm.
Fucking Elendil, who I think is my favorite character so far. I really loved his like how he handled shit.
Mm.
Like he wasn't afraid of her. He didn't keep her at arm's length. He was like, all right, let me show you the archives. Let's research. That's like, I'm gonna tell you what it's really like in Numenor and not this bullshit that you're seeing.
Yeah, but is he doing it just to curry favor with the queen?
Well,
So he
she
doesn't
said it
get
was a
branded an
punishment.
elf lover.
I think he could be doing it as a cover because he really wants to do that,
Mm.
but showing the queen, hey, I'm keeping her in line.
Mm. What do you think drove him away from the elves? Because
I
he's
don't.
obviously from Middle Earth. Because he tells Isildur there's nothing there for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And especially, I mean, the light of Elendor, like you told us, is the
Yeah.
weapon that what's his face gives to Frodo.
Yeah.
So he must have been deeply entrenched in that elf. What's his face?
I almost think that's where they're kind of going with this is that he will go on that journey with them, which I like. You want to know like Elendil going with because he is going to escort her back to Middle Earth,
Yeah, yeah.
which is cool.
You, do you think he just ends up staying there? Is that the love interest? Is that
Maybe because you don't see the wife,
no?
so I'd assume he's a single father.
Yeah, and this is like the whole what's his face with Aragorn. You know what I mean? Like the elves just said, yeah, no worries, you can come stay with us.
Yeah.
Or is it
Apparently,
like
Aragorn was in Numenor.
ah?
Yeah.
So maybe Isildur does go back.
Mm.
Do you think
Flip
it's
them out.
funny? Like I always thought that relationship was like Theon and the Starks.
Yeah, like he was a
That's what I
steward.
yeah, that's what I thought that relationship was.
Mm.
Ranger of the North.
Yeah, and him also hiding, much like
Yeah,
Hellbrand is hiding.
yeah.
Hellbrand is the king of
The
the the
South people,
Southlands.
Southlands. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
interesting, man.
yeah.
Interesting stuff. I like that they're putting all their players together now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And is the O Gandalf or is he Saruman?
I don't know, man.
Looks very Gandalfy.
It does look very Gandalf.
He's got a lot of love for the halflings.
Hmm.
Unless it could play both ways, eh? Like
Yeah.
the halfwoods could basically leave him by himself and he becomes Saruman,
Hmm.
or take him in and he becomes Gandalf.
Gandalf. What's his face? It's funny that those are like the first hobbits, eh? Those
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
Yeah. They've got the same naming conventions.
Hmm.
It's almost
Yeah.
like the people that stay or get left behind, which is crazy to me that they actually do that. Just set up their own village, and it's like, well, where the brandy foots and all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff, right? It's a different sort of uh,
Sects.
yeah, of hobbits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I wonder if one's going to be left in what would become the Shire by the end of the
Yeah.
season. I don't know, I'm in, man.
Yeah.
They're creating lore that I think is a lot more genuine than what I've seen in other shows like C.
Mm.
Even House of the Dragon.
So far, House of the
So
Dragon.
yeah, so far.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm just enjoying this world at the moment, man. It's like every episode they're just showing you a new place and a new place,
yeah.
which is cool.
I like seeing what's outside of Middle Earth.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah,
That's it. That's a wrap. Follow us on all social media: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Like and subscribe. A lot of you watching the video but not liking and subscribing. Do that shit now when you get a chance.
yeah. Like it, subscribe it. Tells other people to like it, subscribe.
Yeah, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or Podchaser, wherever you do your reviews. That shit helps us as well. I want to hear about it. Thank you for rocking with us for 100 episodes. Like, I've loved the journey so far, and like I remember going through a pandemic, and this was one of the best ways to keep in touch with the people that I love the most. Yeah, and like, I don't know, stick around. Shit's just gonna keep getting better and better. You know what I mean?
That is true.
Yes, sir.
Have a few what's his face pods coming through as well. In person pods.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll get there.
Mhm.
Get there. Yeah. So love yourself. Love movies.
Vape more.